then we started thinking outside the box, and we were like, no, we don't want to make like just a merch like, oh, Santioni and Sebastian, or Oscar and Sebastian. Like, we don't want to make. It's not. You see like Charlie D'Amelio on TikTok, or you see like the Sway House, and you see all these people that's like, oh, buy our Sway House merch. It's literally just a hoodie, a tie-dye hoodie with Sway House on it.
On it. Yeah.
There's
nothing
that's
behind
it.
it.
That's it. There's no purpose behind it. There's no message, at least that I don't know. If they do, props to them. But I don't see like a mission statement behind it. And so that's the difference that we kind of wanted to tag. It's not just about making money off of it. It's not about the monetary value behind it. It's more of like what it represents and what it's about.
You can catch me later in the morning. Out with my whole team, we drank our ass off. I'ma be the one that's chillin', sitting cozy with the OG vintage Snapback on. You can catch me later in the morning. Out with my whole team, we drank our ass off. I'ma be the one that's chillin', sitting cozy with the OG vintage Snapback on. Feel good, yeah, I look good, yeah, feel good, look good, put it down, man.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 11 of Snapbacks and Mimosas. I'm your host, Edinosa Erigi, aka Big E in these streets, and I'm glad y'all joining me today. Today I got one of my good friends, one of my brothers back in the day, Pi Kappa Phi. I got Oscar Santos with me, a.k.a. that person you know on TikTok, a.k.a. that person you know on IG.
Hey, man.
The influencer, the streamer. You know what I'm saying? Oscar, how you doing, bro?
Hey, man. Thank you for having me, bro. It's been a minute. Bro, I know we talked a little bit off camera, but, I mean, man, it's good to see you. It's good to be here, bro.
I feel that same, man. Same. It's always a pleasure when you can, that's what I use as platforms to catch up with people I haven't seen or heard from in so long, and it's always good to check up on your people. And that being said, man, how are you doing mentally with this whole Corona, COVID, quarantine life?
Yeah, bro. I mean, we're in some crazy times right now. I mean, right now for me with the Corona going on, it's not too bad. I mean, it's just I like to take a lot of I like to do a lot with my time. I don't like to just sit down and just like go with the I have a job 7 to 4. I don't like to just sit there after or watch Netflix, right? People love to do that. That's cool, but I just can't, man. I don't know. I gotta go do something.
Gotta do something, man.
Yeah.
You spend 7 to 4 and your ass in the seat, man. You gotta.
Yeah, it's Monday through Friday. Saturday, Sunday, I get it. Cool. But Monday through Friday, I gotta keep on working from the time that I wake up to the time I go to bed. I'm always doing something.
I feel that, bro. I feel that.
Yeah, man. So, how about you?
Me, just with this whole stay from home, figuring out how to stay sane. Like yourself, 7 to 4. Well, not really. I do like 8:30 to 4. I'm supposed to do 7 to 4, but
hey, man,
it just
cut that out. Cut that out.
Yeah, something about it just don't sit right with me. So
yeah,
but I still, as long as you get your work done, so I don't worry about that. But it's been good, man. It's like how you say it. It's been a learning experience. It's also been like a reflective experience, and it made you sit down and be like, all right, if the world ended like it is currently, if the world ended, like, are you satisfied with like what you've done? And so like that, that's what prompted me to like figure some shit out and create some shit.
Yeah.
So that's how my quarantine's been.
Damn, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in these times, you gotta do something.
Exactly. And that being said, man, like, I brought you on because I see that you're doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all blessed with 24 hours in a day, and it's like what you do with those 24 hours is what really counts. Like, everyone gets that same amount of time, and I'm seeing that you're making 25 hours fit into 24 hours. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. I'm trying, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just, like, to be honest, it all kicked back, I think, my junior year, senior year in high school. I'm not high school, I'm sorry, over at U of H.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be completely transparent. I don't think a lot of people know this, but I think my junior year, only a few people, so like few know about this, but I mean, I'm open to it now. Um, at that point in time, I was going to get kicked out of Bauer. I was
Mhm.
going to get kicked out of business school, because I don't know, I was just procrastinating a lot. My mindset was just not the same as it is now. And whenever it all changed the minute I walked out of that office or that meeting with my advisor. It changed everything. The minute that they said, if you don't make this, I think I had to make a 3.4 or 3.5, can't
Mhm.
remember, but I had to make a 3.4 with five classes, and I never done that ever in my life. Never.
Mm.
I was the guy that was doing 2.8, 3.2 max.
Mhm. Mhm.
I never, just to get through, right? Um, and after that meeting, everything changed. I don't know how to explain it. I think that night I was looking up like people that were currently graduating and like what they did in their schedule, like what did they do to maximize their time.
Mhm.
And I applied that to my life. And that meant getting up, like, okay, I went to sleep at 11, right? I got up
Mhm.
at 4:35, went to go to the library from 5:30 to 7, from 7:30 to 7:30 to 9. I would study, go to class from 9 to like what, 9, 10:30. I mean, I'm telling you right now, like my schedule,
Schedule.
I
Yeah.
kept my time like very oriented, you know. I'd take 30 minutes to eat lunch, and then after that go back to the library. And then I had class at 2, go to class 2 to 3:30, go to the gym from 4 to 6, and meet right after that, go to the house, shower, and then go up to the
Mhm.
study room and study from 8 to 11.
Mhm. Mhm.
That was every day.
That's amazing because honestly, I was listening to JJ Redick on his podcast,
Mhm.
and there was a point where he was talking about Coach K. Sat him down. He just became like second team All American, and
Yeah.
he was like he wasn't like fully committed to the craft.
Yeah.
And Coach sat him down and was like, "How good do you really want to be?" And after that meeting, they set up a schedule,
Yeah.
like a distinct schedule, like to the T, like every hour you're supposed to be doing this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And that's just like for a pro athlete, you know what I'm saying? So to hear you say like you literally did that with your life,
Yeah.
and like, like time management is a major, like that's a big thing. That's a major thing. And you don't have to be a pro athlete to like take those principles and like apply it.
You really don't. It, for me, is more of like, just as the amount of pressure that a pro athlete feels at that time, whenever it came to being the best, making the top, or what, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That same pressure applied to me. I personally feel like applied to me at that moment in time when they said, if you don't do this, you're out,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I mean, it's something you just have to do, and learn how to do, and do it on your own. That's what I did, man. It's just, I remember it like it was yesterday, bro. I remember getting out of that meeting.
That's and it's always like just like a moment in time that just like it clicks.
Hmm.
Like, okay, like it, not saying that you didn't take shit seriously,
Yeah.
because I don't want to like there's a different, like there's levels. Like, okay, I take things seriously, but like this is like another level of like, all right,
This
this
is
is like
like,
my
you either
future,
like, I'm
you
getting
know?
it done for my future, and if I don't do this, like something's gonna, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
fuck up. Like, can I cuss?
Oh yeah, no, I
All
definitely
right,
cussed like
cool.
6 times.
All right, oh, okay. I didn't know it was. All right, yeah. So I would just, either I do this or I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Like, that's a different type of pressure than like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'll be okay. I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and that's kind of where I was at.
So like after that, like what did that like journey take you? Like how did that transform you into the person that we see right now?
Damn. I think that applied to like right now. I would say that same discipline applies to how I come up with certain things on TikTok, how I try and market out certain things for my roommate and I's brand. The same thing with streaming. How can I improve that? It's just different types of creativity and just making the most out of my time throughout the day. So like in my off time, say for example, I go to work, right? 7 to 4. In
Mm-hmm.
between, I have some downtime. I
Mm-hmm.
finish whatever I'm doing. I have downtime instead of just sitting there and getting on my phone or scrolling through Instagram or Twitter. Don't get me wrong, I do it from time to time, which is okay, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't do it every single time. I go into YouTube and I look at other streamers. I look at okay, how are brands marketing their shit now? What are they doing that's so unique to grab someone's attention and keep them there?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I try and intake all this information and understand. I look at other content creators, like what are they doing? Like what can I do that could what can I give my own twist to and put it out there for the world to see?
Mm-hmm.
And like I think like my discipline after that meeting applies to that now, because I mean I get up at it varies, but I mean it can be as early from 5 to 6, you know, and then I
Mm-hmm.
get started, knock out the work I need to do, and then the rest of the downtime I take advantage of.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, always working. It's crazy to think that back then in school I used to think like, no, like I don't think I could ever, you know, be working 24 hours or constantly thinking of ways to improve myself every single day, because it's like I want to relax, I want to play video games, I want to relax, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And then now entirely different. Life hits you and you get the opportunity, you take advantage of it, you get addicted, and you love what you
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you just chase after it, bro. Yeah.
That stuck out like that. That moment, that feeling of like I want to relax, but like if you really think about it, like relax from what? Like
Yeah.
what was that pressure that you felt like
Yeah,
at
you
that
literally
time?
like, oh, I want to relax for one time. The minute you lay down, you're like, I, I'm over this. I'm back.
Yeah,
I want to
like
go back to what I was
yeah,
doing. That's
you know.
literally how I was. I have that moment a couple times with the brand, like right
Mm-hmm.
now, and I take a moment. No, I want to look at more shit because you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
it's just the inspiration. It's like it's
Mm-hmm.
what gets you. That's what feeds that energy, you know. And
Yeah.
so talking about like what you've created, like when did you realize like you go to business school? Bauer's
Yeah.
amazing. Shout out to the Bauer fam.
Go
You know,
Cougs.
go Cougs.
Yes,
But
sir.
like you take that time, you go into one of the best business school in the country, and like how did that shift you into okay? Because being a content creator is an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
essentially. That's what it is. So when did you realize okay, that's the path for me?
I think going back to like where I started in Bauer, I went into Bauer as wanting to be an accountant. I remember my
How about a
I
180?
know I wanted to go in as an accountant. I didn't like it. I ended up switching. Okay, maybe I like finance. I went into finance. Didn't like it. I tried everything. Marketing. I was like, I'm reading off a textbook and memorizing and going to test. I don't like it. I'm not learning anything to present. I have to present in front of people. Ill. I don't like it. So
Yeah,
I didn't,
yeah.
I didn't like it. I don't know. Supply chain, same thing. I was like, what is supply chain? I never understood it. Now I do, but I mean, at that time I didn't like it. And my last chance was MIS. And that was being on a computer, coding, learning different types of, and that was like something it took me a little bit to figure out because I didn't understand it at first. I self-taught myself how to I taught myself code, and I
Wow.
liked it because I taught myself that. And I was like, damn, I'm applying this to my class. I want to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's whenever I started understanding the terms that were used in class with actual like what I'm creating on the side. And so that's like how I got into MIS and how I got into the business school, like how I ended up doing in Bauer. But I feel like I got off topic there.
No. No. I asked like when did you realize that you wanted to create, and like that speaks to it. Like
I think at that
being
point I was like,
hands on of like your own learning
taking things
can
into
spark that.
Yeah, taking control and like experimenting and putting everything into your own hands. Like at that point, I guess you can say like, yeah, I would definitely like look back and be like, all right, I definitely wanted to make something for myself at that point in time, because I was tired of going into like accounting classes or marketing classes, writing and listening to people to, it's like, say this to this person and you either get A response or B response. I I don't I don't
Cells.
get that. Why can't I
Yeah.
say what I want to say, and then they can make the decision of whether they like me or not, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So yeah, I guess you could say that's where it started, bro.
That's okay. So you taking that, right? And
Yeah.
when was when was that moment when you're like, okay, I'm going to apply that, but I'm going to use that in my own terms. I'm going to become this influencer. What was that first like aha, like this is the path that I want to, tap into.
Yeah. Well, this was after a couple years after I graduated. This is back in 2019, like 2 years later. At that
Mm-hmm.
point in time, like I had already I was working, I got the ropes of that. I didn't like it. And, the only time that I really had to explore my options or explore in general was off work, which was like 5 to time I went to bed, 11,
Mm-hmm.
12. I don't remember. But, and then, I was going to the gym at the same time, and one of my buddies, his name's Kevin. He goes to the gym for me time to time, and I ran into him. He was like, "Hey, have you heard of TikTok?" And I said, "No, what is that? Like, I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is." And then he hit me up, and he was like, "Hey, do you remember Vine?" And I said, instantly, like at that moment, it clicked, because I loved
Mm-hmm.
Vine so much. I spent hours on Vine. I would, I don't know how many, I don't know how many hours, like I'm being serious. I would stay up till 3 a.m. like watching
Yeah.
Vines, scrolling and like looking at it. And so
Relatable.
whenever he told me, it's like Vine, it clicked and I knew I wanted to get on it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how or why, I just wanted to get on it. And then I downloaded that night, and then I started scrolling and looking at different content, like different creators and what they were doing. And I was like, at first it was like dances and sometimes skits,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I was like, okay, maybe I can learn to dance, or one of the easy dances. All right, I couldn't do the renegade. I can't.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I still don't know how to do it to this day. But I was like, maybe one day I'll do it. But until then, I was like, okay, I'm thinking of different skits that I could do that relate to what people are putting out there now. And so I started posting a couple every now and then. And
Mm-hmm.
then there was one where I was like, okay, let me think outside the box for this one. Instead of using their software, like the TikTok recording button that I was like, okay, let me take it out of TikTok, put it into Adobe Pro, and edit it myself, and then upload it and see what
Upload.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was literally, I was with my roommate, and he was like, bro, what are you doing? And it's because I had my phone. I would have my phone like on a wall or something. I'd literally be doing a skit real quick and then getting off of it and looking at it all over again, making sure it times up and everything, or to really close the detail on it. And I would do, I think, like 4 or 5 of those before my first one popped off. And that's when it started booming. And
Mm-hmm.
so I taught myself Adobe Pro, the Adobe Premiere Pro. My bad, Adobe Pro. Adobe
Yeah.
Premiere Pro. I taught myself that. I learned how to do all the edits on that. And I just did everything off my phone. I just recorded every single clip. I couldn't see it. I wasn't using the self camera. I was using this one.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was hoping I got the right angle and
Right.
everything.
Right.
And and then the one that popped off the most was I think it was like right now it's like 600,000 views. And
What was
um
that?
what do you mean?
What was that? What
That
was that skit? Yeah.
Oh, it was this basically it's there was a sour candy that was out. One of so some of my friends have a mutual friend named Max,
Mm-hmm.
Max Tuning, and he has this company called Sour Strips. And it was a sour candy, and I thought it was really good. I really like the candy. I think it's very sour, lots of what you can find out there. And
Mm-hmm.
so whenever I try it, I was like, I bet you I can make a skit out of this. And I was like, okay, well, someone from the gym mentioned you could do this and that. I was like, all right, that's a good idea. Let me just switch it up and add my own twist. So I
Mm-hmm.
did. And I would go and go in a cabinet, open the door, open the cabinet, and be like, "Oh, is this yours?" And I'd pretend like it's someone else's, but I'd literally just put a hoodie on, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's mine. You should try it, bro. It's really careful though. It's very sour." And and then he's like, and then I would go back, switch the camera angle, so record again, and be like, what did I say? I said, sour? Nah, there's no way, bro. Like, nah, I got this. Don't worry about it. And then I would take a bite, right? And at that time, Snapchat had a filter where you would turn into a mango. Like you'd be the mango face.
Oh yeah.
You remember?
100%.
And
Yeah.
and so I would record myself real quick as a mango, and the other guy was like, "Dude, what happened?" And it'd be the mango face. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. And basically it was mango flavored, mango mango filter.
That's
so that was like my first viral video on TikTok.
wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
It took me, I think that one took me like a solid like hour or 2 hours to do.
That's the crazy thing about that. I've heard people talk about when that
I
first
did it
video
right
that's
him too, bro.
right after.
Literally, someone told me, I was like, I'm not forgetting this idea. I'm going home and I'm doing it now before I forget. And that applies to even now, dude. I don't like to just relax and then get up. I do it now and then, so I don't have to worry about it later.
It gotta be fresh, man. It gotta be fresh.
Yeah,
that's funny because a lot of people like I watched like when people say my first video that went viral, like it took me like 3 hours to do it because it's not like in a certain point it is like a flash, like okay, like oh you hit gold, but like the behind the scenes of like hitting gold is like I won't say years, but like shot after shot or post after post after post, and then finally it's like aha.
I think I had like a solid, I think I had like a solid like 30 TikToks before that one even happened. I mean, I think it popped off at the beginning of December, and like that at that point in time, I started in November, so it's been like a whole month. But every day I was posting three times, 5 times. I think the most I did in one day was like 8 to 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Something's going to hit.
I would find at that point I was consuming so much content that I was like, I can do my own twist of this, and I just did it. And
lower averages.
Yeah, I was just having fun with it. Like I love doing it. That's the thing. I didn't feel like my time was wasted. I was doing it because I love to do it. I didn't care at that point. I was like, dude, I love this because I feel like I'm on Vine. I feel like I'm putting out my own stuff, and I'm just being me. People are seeing me for me.
Yeah. That's swag. Man. And so like your hustle didn't stop there because you're also on Twitch, right? Yeah. And that's a whole like okay, if you're going to take a snapshot of America like 10 years ago and a snapshot of America now, talking about video games is going to pay you millions of dollars. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like what made you go into Twitch and be like, this is it. This is what I'm going to do.
That's a good question. You're the first person that's ever asked me that. But it all started back on the Xbox 360, dude. Like back then. I don't remember. I think I was like 15, 16. And Call of Duty Modern Warfare had just came out, and I got addicted. I immediately started getting addicted to the game. I'd play every day for countless hours, 8 hours, 9 hours. I mean, I was a kid. I would, I'd spend hours on it. Didn't have to worry about nothing. And I got so good on the game that I just kept it going. And every single Call of Duty series, I just kept getting on because I just love the franchise. And then I found out about Twitch. I can't remember when exactly. I think it was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when I first heard about it. And it was a streaming service. I was like, what is streaming? And then I would see people on it, but I was like, oh, I'm just watching people play video games. Like, I don't want to watch someone play. I want to be the player.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be the person destroying everybody, ranking it up and racking wins up and stuff like that. And so whenever I found out about Twitch, I ignored it entirely for the first like couple months, and then so I can't remember who someone had recommended, like, oh, I should stream. And I was like, oh, how do you do that? Like, how do I set it up? And I let it go. I literally forgot about it for a couple months. Continued playing my video games. You know, at this point, I was going into college. I had other stuff to worry about, so it wasn't even in
Obviously.
my head. And then same dude that I told you who introduced me to TikTok, Kevin, he's actually
Shout
a
out
streamer
Kevin.
too. Yeah, man.
Shout out Kevin.
Man. Yeah, bro. He's big shout out to him, man, because he got me on TikTok, and he also pushed me to stream too. Because I've played with him before, and he's like, dude, you should stream. Like you're entertaining. Like you know, people would love to watch you play this game. I was like, I don't know. I didn't, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And so I think it was, yeah, I think at this point it was like 3 years ago. I think it was like 2016 ish, about when I first started getting on it, 2016, 2017. And I would just stream straight off the Xbox, where you didn't have a camera. It was just you playing. And bro, to be honest, I had like no viewers. I had no one watching me. I was just there, like just playing for fun. And if you wanted to watch me play and see me play, cool. But at that point, people on Twitch really wanted to see you with the camera. You know, they want to see your reaction. The way that I'm talking to you, they want to see that. And so I didn't have that. And so I kept on doing it, even though I didn't, you know, I didn't get any traction or whatever. I continued doing it. I was like, okay. And then I decided, okay, at this point I graduated. I moved out of the house, and I went back home. And at that point, I was like, okay, now I can kind of like switch things up. Like I'm at home now in the evenings, like after the gym, I have nothing to do, no other commitment, so I might as well. And I decided to take advantage of the time. And bro, it took me so long to figure out how to set it up. I was on a MacBook. So the screen you're seeing now is how my stream is now.
Yeah.
But back then I was on a MacBook Pro. Actually, I have my MacBook right there. I don't know if you see it right there. That's my MacBook. That's what I used. That's what I used to stream. I would stream for 4+ hours. I had my laptop connected to the battery all the time. I had I don't know if you know what a LAN switch is. I had a switch that would connect the Ethernet cables to both my Xbox and my my MacBook Pro, and I would have an adapter for USB to Ethernet connecting to the, you know, it's just so it could all run smoothly.
Yeah.
And even then, even if it was running somewhat smoothly, it was overheated so much that I think, it was hot as fuck in my room. I get up, entire sweat stain on my back. I mean, it was bad, dude. But
they call that humble beginnings right there, man.
Yeah, and at that point, like, you know, I had 1 or 2 viewers at the time, like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, all the way up until February of this year. So about 2 years of just streaming to 1, 2 people, and these are people that I knew, like friends that I would see on a day that just want to support. It wasn't anyone random or like someone that came. But it's just like, you know, they were supporting, and I was just very grateful just to be able to do that. And they even got firsthand of like, oh, he's actually good at the game. Like, oh shit, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Shout out friends that support you, dog. That's
the real
honestly
one.
Major key though. Like that reminded me of that Travis Scott video where like it shows a clip of him like performing at like Sharpstown Mall or some shit.
There's like 2 people.
Two people there, you know,
and like his friends are there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly how it was. But I was just sitting behind the screen. I had this controller, this same controller. This thing has seen a lot. Yeah.
Man, it's just a humble like start, because like eventually it's going to pay off, and walking testament of that right there. So like what has the streaming taken you so far?
Now, now it's like a part-time job, to be honest. Luckily, thank God, everything just with TikTok and everything in social media in general, um, we were able to create like a community on my Twitch channel, and now I think we average about like, I mean, it can go from 20 on a regular night up to 50. I mean, it just varies, man. But I'm just very blessed to be able to do that. Just sit down, people. I'm chatting with people just like I'm talking to you. Sometimes I'm gaming. Sometimes I'm just messing around playing music and just jamming with people.
Yeah,
Like, it
yeah.
all varies, bro. But yeah, now it's like a part-time job. We have a schedule, usually Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Saturdays and Sunday varies, but usually in the evenings we'll get on and we'll all talk to each other and see how our day went, and just
That's crazy. It's a
yeah.
community. Have you watched any of DJ Academics on Twitch?
Yeah, I've seen some clips, dude. He's crazy. Yeah, he's funny, dude.
That's
I've
where
seen some of his shit. Like, I can't remember the last. I think it was there was one where he was streaming whenever Sicko Mode came out, and he found out Drake was on it, and he started flipping
he
shit.
just started flipping shit.
That was hilarious, dude. Yeah.
I think the last one I watched of him, he was drinking some Hennessy, and Drake got on it and told him to, I bet you won't finish the whole cup. And he's like, you think I ain't gonna finish the cup? And he chugs the cup, bro. And like 20 minutes later, he like falls out his seat. Like,
Dude, I stay away from Hennessy, dude.
Hennessy,
I
dog.
try, and to be honest, I try to stay away from alcohol. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. I don't know, man.
Respect to that.
Yeah, I mean, every now and then. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm having rosé right now.
Yeah,
Earlier, I was
yeah.
having some wine. So every now and then, yeah. But dude, a Hennessy and like hard liquor like that, I just can't, man. I don't know.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, man.
Don't get me
That
wrong.
is
Mimosas are great. I love mimosas.
That's a plug.
Yeah.
That's a plug. Oh man, but yeah, dog. And then like I see you're wearing your own clothing brand right now. Like you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
started.
Archon.
Yeah. So, and you said you started that with your current roommate.
Yeah, yeah. His name's Sebastian. So,
How? Yeah, go ahead.
so Sebastian and I created this brand. It's been in the works since about late last year. I'd say early this year. And I think we finally made the initiative to start it in March, around
Mm-hmm.
March, beginning of this year. Mm-hmm.
So what was the brain trust and the sit down and the conversation?
Oh man, damn. So whenever whenever we first started talking about it, it was actually his idea to be like, hey, let's do something together. In the back of my head, I knew at one point in time, I don't know when it was going to be, I wanted to create something and use and monetize me,
Your platform,
as
yeah,
like my
exactly.
platform, my TikTok, whatever. I just didn't know when or how or when it was going to happen. And then my roommate came. I was like, hey, bro, like, I think we should start doing this together, because you have a certain community, you have a certain group, I have a certain group. Why don't we combine and let's create something with the purpose and just do it. And I said, why not? Fuck it, why not? And
Why not?
yeah, and I think after that we started brainstorming, like, we should make what should we do? Should we just do merch? Should we just do like hoodies or what? Like, we're just thinking of what we can come out with. And at first we were like, all right, merch will probably be the most ideal thing to do, and we got to find a manufacturer, we got to do this and that. But then we started thinking outside the box, and we were like, no, we don't want to make like just a merch like, oh, Santioni and Sebastian, or Oscar and Sebastian. Like, we don't want to make it's not you see like Charlie D'Amelio on TikTok, or you see like the Sway House, and you see all these people that's like, oh, buy our Sway House merch. It's literally just a hoodie, a tie-dye hoodie with Sway House
This
on it.
way on it, yeah.
There's
There's
not
nothing
That's it.
behind that. Yeah.
That's it. There's no purpose behind it. There's no message, at least that I don't know. If they do, props to them, but I don't see like a mission statement behind it. And so that's the difference that we kind of wanted to tag. It's not just about making money off of it. it's not about the monetary value behind it. It's more of like what it represents and what it's about. And that's whenever we started looking into the name.
Yeah, because I mean the name sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, it would. So my podcast brothers know. So I'll get into the name now. But so we started thinking about different names, and we started thinking like, damn, like what sounds good? What's a good touch? And we wanted to. At first we were looking like, all right, we started researching like how did Louis Vuitton came out with their name? How did Gucci? How did Prada? How did all these like luxurious brands come out with their name, their mission statement, the history behind it? What do they do? So I think it was like a solid month where we were just like every day just looking. I remember having a list. I don't think I have the list anymore, but I had a list of like 30 different names and just see like if anyone pops up, like, all right, cool. And nothing, dude, nothing. Even like a list of 30, nothing was working. And we're just like, damn, man, this name is, I know at one point it's gonna hit, but I don't know what. And so I guess like for you to know, like our communities, they're like 90% Hispanic, like Latinos, puro Latinos. And my roommate was like, dude, like I don't know why, but I want something to come up with a crown. And at that point I was like, that because he's a fan of Maluma. And I was like, yo, I respect that 100%. Like, yeah, I like the idea. And I wanted something to do with the rose because the rose is like love for me,
Yeah.
a whole bunch. And so we wanted to think of something that could combine together in terms of design and in terms of the name. We wanted to like something that represented abnormal, something out of the norm, so to be completely different. And so I think I can't remember exactly what happened, but I remember Googling. We were on a treadmill. We were on a treadmill at the gym we both go at right now. We were doing cardio. At that point, we were both on prep, and we were doing cardio. I was like, all right. So I was like, I'm just gonna start looking. Well, I might as well since I'm on cardio. And then I started looking like, what does a leader mean, or someone that's different, a unique mean in Greek? What does that mean? Like what? So I looked it up, and I looked up a leader in Greek, and it came out as archon, and it was Archon. It was spelled just like archon.
Arcon, yeah.
And I was like, and I told him, I was like, hey, what do you? I'm keep in mind, I'm running, I'm walking, and I'm like, hey, what do you think of archon? And he was like, oh shit, like damn, like that's actually pretty badass. What does that mean? And I was like, to be like a leader, like I was like, be different. Like, what do you think? And he was like, bro, I think that's badass. We should talk about it later. And we started talking about it, and we both liked it. And at that point, I was like, oh shit, like to be a leader. The definition, by definition, it meant it had like 3 or 4 different definitions. It's like to be a king, someone with power, a leader, and then I can't remember the last one. And I like obviously the leader part, and that's what it took both of us in. And but we didn't want archon to be the definition of someone as a king or a ruler or someone with power above someone else. That's not what it's about. And so that's why we decided to switch up the text. Instead of Archon, we ended up going with Arkon. It's just something different. And if you look this up, there's nothing. You'll literally just get nothing. But it's just our own definition of what it represents for our message to the world. And so archon, we wanted to represent not just, someone who has power, or a lead, or someone who's above someone else, but someone who thrives to continue to be a better version of themselves every single day, while also not remembering why they started what they started. Never forget where you came from, and always lead by example. And
Lead
that's our mission statement right there. Lead by example.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Man. And so that's what the brand is about. And everyone, we had our launch last Friday, and it went well, man. Everyone's been great supporting, and everyone always asks me like, what does archon mean to you? Like, what does that represent? And I tell you, just like I tell you right now, like, that's exactly what it represents. To be someone unique, to be yourself, to continue thriving and never forget where you came from. Because at one point, someone might need to hear that one day. Someone might need
Mhm.
to hear that. They might ask you, what does Archon mean to you? And I'm hoping someone goes and says the same words that I did. Like, I
It-
started somewhere, whether it be like a career goal, whether it be a social media goal, like whatever you want to do, you can do whatever you want as long as you love to do it, have a passion for it, and never forget why you started that passion, whether it be fitness, whatever. Like, never forget. And
that's amazing. I'm just like picturing like the community that's going to be like formed because of like the mission
yeah,
statement that you have, and like that's big. I mean, and it's not just like a niche, you know what I'm saying? Like it's something that everyone can grasp and take their own meaning out of,
mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? So I
I
think
have
that's
so many.
amazing.
I've had so many people that came up to me and was like, Oscar, I'm so thankful for you and Sebastian for creating this and the community that we have. Without you guys, I don't know if I'd be here today. The minute I heard that, dude, I was
That's
shocked. I
yeah.
I broke down. I was teary eyed.
Hmm.
I never thought I'd have that influence on someone, and to not only like change their life, but motivate them to be better tomorrow.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's just like those little things, bro, that just keep on pushing me in the days where it's just like, man, today's tough, but just keep on going, because you never know,
Yeah.
one person might need to hear that, because he's going, I'm gonna keep going.
Hmm.
It's just
Hmm.
more motivation, dude.
That's crazy. So
Yeah.
so what do you have out right now? Is it just the shirts?
So we've had 2 launches so far. Yeah. So at first we had the hats, the original
Hmm.
hats.
The
These are the
A.
OG hats. Once they're gone, they're gone. And within 1 hour, we sold out of all of our hats. That was wild.
Yeah.
That was insane. I wasn't expecting that. And um and then the second launch this last Friday, we had this shirt, and I haven't the other one. I think I'm gonna have to wash it, but I had the other one. And those are still available. We ordered a higher quantity of those because I know
Yep.
we wanted everyone to get a chance. Because last time we had people that were like, dude, like, we weren't able to get the hat. I'm so sad. Like, I'm pissed, or like, I missed out. I came in at 45 minutes and it was the one that I wanted was gone. I was like,
Hmm.
damn, we really don't want that for our people. We want people to represent and hold the brand true to what it represents and everything. And so in this second launch, we decided to get a little bit more inventory, for everyone to get a chance, regardless of whether it be launch day or tomorrow, next week, whatever. If you want to snag one, it's there. There's still some in stock.
Where can they go and get that
If you go,
merch?
yeah, if you go to archon.store, so archon.store,
Hmm.
and right there, man. If
Oh, no, I'm
you guys
definitely
want to
gonna
check
get
out,
mine. I'm gonna get mine.
yeah, man, hey, let me know, bro.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, anyone's more than welcome. We love to hear feedback on everything. Just, we like to listen to what the people want, just because it gives us a better idea. It's like, okay, well, is this what we're about in terms of growth? Like,
Hmm.
we don't want to just take the the brand base of what we want. It's a community, it's a family, and we want to listen to everyone. And so the next launch that we have, it'll be specifically to the customer and,
Hmm.
people that
That's
that love.
amazing. That's
Yeah,
amazing, man.
yeah.
And so since you're in this creative mode, like where do you where do you want to see this whole like creative side go? Like what's the future look like for you that you're planning on? Like we can never tell the future. It's always
Yeah,
subject to change, but like
you can only manifest it.
yeah.
um I guess for me, I mean, right now there's so many things that I do. I mean, obviously I have my I'm in corporate. I do my job. I get off my job. I do my other jobs. I stream on Twitch, part time. I think I at least put a couple hours in throughout the week. On top of that, on my downtime, I'm thinking of different things to come out with Archon, or different ways for Archon to grow even more. And on top of that, TikTok. So it's just, I mean, I don't know what the future holds, but if there's one goal that I have, in place at the beginning of this year was sometime within the next 5 years to be self-employed
Mm-hmm.
and um not in the corporate world anymore. I mean, I don't think that's for me, dude. I just don't. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with waking up at 5 to go to your job at 7, but I would rather get up at 5 to do what I want to do. I
Mm-hmm.
love to do rather than doing something then um it's not it's don't get me wrong, it's not something that I don't like or I hate. It's just something that I don't love as much as what I love to do off of work time, you
Yeah,
know.
I feel that.
So,
I feel that.
yeah.
So that just popped in my brain. Like, who are your inspirations?
Damn. Oh shit. Okay. Woo. Okay. Inspirations, man. Fuck. It sounds cheesy. It sounds very cheesy. But I'm a big Bad Bunny fan.
Yeah, yeah.
Big Bad Bunny fan, yeah. My number one would probably be him.
Mhm,
Just because I think 2017 was probably one of my darkest years, like my hardest times ever.
mhm,
And I didn't know what to do. Like at this point, I was like numb all over. Like I was going through a hard time, man. It's just I didn't necessarily know what to do, but go to the gym and then go with my regular routine, right? And I remember listening to Bad Bunny when he was featured on Te Boté, um, around that time. And at first, I didn't know who he was. And I didn't no idea. And then I started like at work, I would like listen to music, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll listen to Bad Bunny. I don't know who it is, but okay, cool. I'll
yeah,
give it a shot.
yeah.
And then I started listening to. I was always a beats guy. Like I was more of like the beats, not the lyrics, but the beats. If it was a banger, it banged, right?
Mhm, mhm,
But for this time, I was like, I want to listen to what he's actually saying in Spanish, right? And so I started listening, and over time, it gave me like insight to my own life and what I was going through, and it slowly shifted to doing what you love to do, like ignore the noise, focus on what you love to do and whatever you want. And
mhm,
that's whenever his next album came out, Yo hago lo que me da la gana, which is you can do whatever you want in Spanish.
mhm,
And that's when everything started changing 100%. Because whenever he came out, you can do whatever you want. You just have to give it your all. He started going into interviews and stuff like that, talking about it. And I listened and I paid attention. And I was like, he's not saying that just to give the people content or people to say. He
He
actually said it
believes
because he's
that.
doing it
Yeah,
himself.
yeah, yeah.
He still does it to this day. And I was like, damn, like that for me.
That's 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 a sign of a generational artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I have that same feeling when I listen to like Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's more than just the entertainment. Like he gives you the entertainment, but there's like the message behind the entertainment is what you
Yeah,
connect
dude.
to, and that, you know, because I remember when I first listened to Kid Cudi, like I was going through a bad time as well,
Yeah.
but like those words help you understand what you were going through, and
And
he
yeah, bro.
just yeah.
And you know how I was just saying like, and he's giving that message out to me. He's my age. He's giving
Mhm,
out that message to me. It's like and because he's done that for me and like the way that he's improved my life, I'm God bless. Like I'm able to do that to other people.
mhm,
And it's like I feel like my purpose in life is not just to um sit down, settle for less, or remain there. It's to show the world that you can do whatever you want. You can be whoever you want, not be ashamed of what you want to do, love what you want to do, and show the world even more like they shouldn't be afraid to continue to do what they want or what they're passionate about. And it's like a ladder effect. Like I mean, it started off with me, Bad Bunny, and me, and then from me to everybody
yeah,
else, and from
yeah.
them to other people. And dude, it's crazy, but
I understand that
it's true.
100%. I
Yeah.
understand that 100% because that's just the way I feel that same way. Just like I want to give that same feeling that I got from Kit Kat. I want to make sure that I spread that same like feeling, you know,
Yeah, same energy out back
that
into the
same
world.
energy. Exactly. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
bro.
And Arnaldo told me that like he was like Bad Bunny in a couple of years he's gonna take over the world, and like I believe him. Like he's
I
what
truly know,
McDonald's,
man.
you
Yeah.
know, like
I'm waiting on it.
yeah. So I'm with you, man.
That only shows you, you're capable of doing a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
McDonald's, dude.
and
Like
opening yourself up and being you, like it's crazy. Yeah.
man, okay. But okay. So my question, I want to circle back to the TikTok and get a little fun here.
Mhm.
Um, so if my listeners wanted to become TikTok famous,
Okay.
what are the steps to take to become TikTok famous?
And to be TikTok famous. I don't know if I'm famous.
uh,
Um,
the numbers say so.
no, damn, to get started in TikTok right now, especially right now, it's very hard to grow, but at the same time, it doesn't mean you can't grow.
Mhm.
You just, for me, be yourself. Don't be afraid to do something just because you feel you have that fear of someone else judging who you are, because you decide, oh, I'm gonna do this dance. I may not be good at it, but like I'm still gonna, you know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be people that are gonna be hating on you. There's always gonna be people giving you negative input. You just have to, like I said before, cancel out the noise, continue doing what you do, because other people could look up to you and follow you by that. You always like, and it goes back to the brand, lead by example. Like you have to put yourself out there and show people that you're not afraid to be yourself. And um and yeah, it's a matter of consistency. That's for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Consistency, just putting stuff out there. Be yourself. Put out your own content. And what I mean by that is just putting content out that you can add your own twist to it.
Authentic.
Yeah, be
Yeah.
yourself. That's literally what it is. Like if I was pretending to be someone I'm not, I would, people could see that. People can read that from a mile away when you're being someone that
Facts.
you're not.
Facts.
And so if you're on social media and you pretend to be someone that you're not, people are going to be able to notice. Like there's so many people that I notice on there. There's like, you're not being yourself. You're doing this because there's other videos that have millions of views.
Just like that one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
but the minute you're yourself, you never know. You get a video that hits 30,000 views and you're like, whoa, I gave 2 hours to be something that I'm not. But when I'm myself for like 10 minutes and I put it out there, that one has more views. I'm going to continue being myself.
Yeah, you can't get them 2 hours back too. So you gotta be wise with that time.
Yeah, be yourself, man.
Man, social media is a wild game, man. It's the wild west, honestly. And then,
Yeah, man. I've had some times where people were shot at me in terms of like comments. I mean, yeah, people thinking that I copy their content, stuff like that. Yeah, TikTok's like that. People are savages behind the keyboard.
Hey, I believe it. I believe it.
Dude, I've seen comments on millions of videos, and they have no chill. I'm like, yo, what? I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, it's a crazy world.
Content creators, man.
Mm-hmm.
Doggy dog world, man.
Yeah.
So, just wanted to wrap this up in a tight bow. What, if you have any message to leave with the listener, what's that one message that you would love to spread?
Man, be humble. Be humble with everyone and anyone that you meet. It don't matter if you open a door up for a lady who seems like she's having a bad day at the grocery store, or someone who actually is, you never know what people are going through. Always be humble, because you might make someone smile that needed that smile that day. Always spread
Facts.
love, always spread love, positivity, set an example for other people, and never forget where you came from, man. Everyone started from zero.
Everyone started from zero. That's
Everyone.
facts.
Yeah.
So, hey, Oscar, I appreciate it.
Hey, man. Thank you.
Appreciate the time. Before I go, I need you to tell the people where they can find you on Twitch, IG, TikTok. Like, just spread the love.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
man.
it right down here and make sure we can.
You can find me everywhere on Santioni, Santioni, everywhere. Twitch.tv/Santioni, Instagram/Santioni, YouTube/Santioni, everywhere, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Honestly, that makes the job a lot easier. I can just put
man.
that one.
There you go.
Social media.
Santioni, everybody.
And again, man, cheers to episode 11.
I'm out. I'm almost done, but I'll have that last bit for you, man. Salud.
Appreciate it, man. And thanks for listening all the way to the end. And check me next time for episode 12 of Snapbacks and Mimosas. Peace. Hey, thanks again for watching another episode of Snapbacks and Mimosas. I really appreciate y'all tuning in. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, even share it. I'm trying to get it out there. Again, thanks for tuning in.